Welcome back, Savages, to another video. In today's video we're going to do an update on the SolarX Miner project. This is mine right here, and as you can see it's in a right state. So I've done numerous videos over the last few months just giving you an update. It's been nothing but trouble, this project. Now normally I don't like to really bash projects because I think sometimes when they're starting up you have to give them a bit of time. But from the get-go, SolarX has just been one of those projects that's just been a complete dud. From the very beginning we had problems with the solar panel. The screen was actually detached when it came. So there's been a load of issues with the build quality of these units. And as you can see right now, a couple of months down the line, this is the state of it. Every day it disconnects. And the issue is you get a flashing green light on the top. And this is the screen. So as you can see from the screen right here, this isn't the camera itself flickering or glitching. This is the actual screen itself. So on a daily basis, even if the battery is fully charged, it will give me this effect right here, and it disconnects from mining and disconnects from the app as well. As you would do with any project where there's an issue, you would reach out to support, and I did reach out to them on their Discord. Well, if you go to their Discord, it's basically empty and just full of scammers. If you post anything on there, it'll be scammers that reply to and not any moderators. So the next option was to go on their Telegram, because Telegram apparently is their main support. And I did get a reply in there, and the reply was, we'll speak to the new project leads. So I actually messaged both of their project leads, and this is a couple of months ago, and I didn't get any kind of a reply. So I understand that the project has changed hands and there's different management in place right now, but it doesn't seem like there's any communication whatsoever. And in terms of support, well, it looks like you're just on your own. So what I'm going to do right now is give this project one final chance, and I'm going to try and fix the issue myself. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be drop kicking this piece of junk into the nearest bin. So in terms of troubleshooting, what I've done is obviously I've tried fully charging the battery on a daily basis to make sure it wasn't a battery issue. And it does kind of hold the charge for about 5-10 minutes, but then you get this flickering screen right here, which isn't right. Easy to kind of dismantle what's inside here. These are kind of magnetic bits on here, and these just clamp onto here, so you can easily just prise this off, no problem. On the back there is another plate as well. I'll just move around here, which comes off, and there is 4 screws just in these corners, one there, one at the bottom, and 2 on the other side, and this just comes off as well, so you've got access to the back. And likewise on this side there is some magnetic connectors just here as well, and I took that off as well. So next up, what you've got is this kind of clamp just here to hold the battery in, and there's 2 screws that go on there, one there and one on that side. They're quite easy to take off. The only difficulty you're really going to have is getting this battery out, because what they've done is they've never thought about the fact that the battery could go dud and you'd ever want to get it out. What they've done is actually glued it to the bottom of this. So you might need to get a very sharp craft knife or something just underneath where this battery is, and I'll bring it over here just to show you. But there's glue on the bottom of the battery and there's glue on the bottom here, and you just probably need to cut it while it's still in situ to take some of that off, so it makes it easy to move. So this is what the battery looks like when you take it out. And I'm going to just turn it around to show you the actual make and model that's on there at the moment. So it's a Genesis battery, model number NP5-12T. It's a 12 volt 5 ampere battery. Now I tried looking this up, and this is quite an old battery. You can't actually get this specific model. So what I'm going to do is get a replacement battery in the same dimensions as close as I can to this, and hopefully that'll fit in there and see how that performs. So let's go and do that right now. So the battery has arrived, and I've gone for something kind of similar. It's the same Genesis brand. The only difference is this is an NP5-12FR, whereas the old one was a 12T. The FR stands for fire rated, which is just as well, because I just don't trust this SolarX kit. So it's worth having a battery in there which is fire protected, which is good. So it's the same voltage, which is 12 volts, and it's the same amperes as well, which is 5. And the good thing is the dimensions are pretty identical, which is nice. And if I just hold these together, the only other difference is that these clamps are slightly smaller. So this is the old 12T, this one here right here, and these are slightly thicker clamps, and these are slightly thinner. So the good thing is I have actually checked these lugs, and even though they're smaller, they will indeed fit with this without any issue, like that. There is a little bit of play in there, but it won't come off, so you should be fine with that as a replacement battery. And again, I will leave a link in the description to where you get this battery from. So the idea is I'm going to put these clamps on here, I'm going to stick the battery back in there, and I'm going to leave it for a day or two and test it and see how it performs, and we'll come back to this video. See you shortly. So that's the battery back in situ. Before you put the battery in, make sure you've got the two positive and negative wires on the battery before you slide it in, because it can be a bit tough with that putty underneath. This is the clamp, so we're just going to put the clamp down there and screw it in. Just for information, these screws right here, when you're taking them out and putting them back in, you're going to need one of these T10 type screwdriver bits. So next up, we're just going to put the back plate on, and we've already got the holes on the back plate right there, and it'll just screw into these bits here. For that, these are the screws that we're using, the ones that are originally in the back. Again, these are hex type ones as well, and for that I'm just using one of these hex screwdriver bits just here. So let's go and fit this. So the back plate is on. Now we can just easily just attach the side plates. Same with the other side. So here we go, all the sides are back on the SolarX and it's fully reassembled. I'm now going to plug the charger in the back of this and we'll let it charge for a couple of hours and then we'll come back to it. So at the moment of truth, I've left this SolarX to charge for about 6 to 7 hours with the new battery. I'm just going to go ahead and switch it on. So we've got the green light, which is good, and we've got the screen just coming up with the SolarX logo. So I'm going to leave this a couple of minutes to initialize and get connected to the Wi-Fi, and then we'll come back to it. So it's now connected to the Wi-Fi, and as you can see the battery is 100%. So I've left it 2 days and the Wi-Fi has stayed steady, the screen hasn't glitched, so it looks like the replacement battery has fixed the issue for now. So it looks like SolarX are off the hook and we'll keep this miner running for a bit longer. So let me know in the comments what you think about this project. Do you think SolarX has got a future? Are you looking to get invested in this project, and if so, would you like to hear a bit more from the project team as to what's happening? Either way, I'd be happy to hear your thoughts in the comments section. I'll leave a link in the description to the replacement battery in case you've experienced the same problem as I did. Otherwise, please subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you savages on the next one.